Good morning to you all. Um, Last night I was on YouTube, like I normally am, and I'm on Twitch sometimes too. Don't have any videos yet on Twitch that I'm downloading or anything like that or doing commentary on. Not yet, but it will happen. And just be patient. I'm trying to figure out the technology on how to do Twitch, how to download, and all of that, and figuring everything out. So while I'm here comfortable at YouTube, doing what I do, I want to talk about, I want to say unpleasant, but he's more funny than anything else. And you probably, no, there's no probably. If you're subscribed to this channel, you've heard me talk about Wild Bill for America. This guy who is like Chuck Norris and Ted Cruz roll into one, but goofier than Chuck Norris, goofier than Ted Cruz, and more right wing than they are. That guy, yeah. He announces a new video that's coming out called "Bypassing Censorship." Basically, and well, it's not coming out on YouTube, and that's the thing right there. So I think you need to hear it from the horse's ass mouth and hear what he has to say. Just give me a couple of seconds here. I need to work on my intros more smooth than I've been doing. So hold tight. Give me a moment. Lights, camera, action.
Hello everybody, Wild Bill for America here, and I have a new video out about the biological chemical attack that China launched on the USA in the year 2020. YouTube and Facebook will never allow these videos to be seen on their channels, so if you want to see it, you're going to have to go to gab.com, where I am Wild Bill for America. Come join me there, and let's lay out the facts, the bold truth about what's going on in this country. See you there.
Okay, well, there's a lot to be said about that. And let me do this real quick. There. So we'll have no potential error glitching my stream here. Getting back to what I was saying. This biological attack 2020 video. He claims that big, mean, evil social media, YouTube, Google, all of them would just go and ban him, censor him. Well, I got news for Wild Bill for America. You've been on for almost a decade on YouTube. Nobody censored you. You said some very toxic things over the years. You said toxic things about the LGBTQ community. Your number one target. Your really primitive, ancient hatred of the LGBTQ community that stretches back into the 1980s and the 1990s. That kind of hatred. Nobody's taking your videos down. Your hatred of Muslims. Now, granted, I don't like a lot of the social conservatism that's practiced within Islam that Wild Bill for America would have no problem agreeing with. But the thing about it is that he has hatred of Muslims that he expressed all the time on his program. Nobody's taking those videos down. He's even expressed hatred. He doesn't call it hatred, but he's claiming that he's losing his patience with the African American community because of groups like Black Lives Matter, who wants nothing more than to put an end to this social pandemic of police violence against African Americans that exists. Not saying all police officers, not all law enforcement people do this. I'm not cop bashing, but it is a serious problem within a sector of law enforcement. And while Bill for America is bothered by Black Lives Matter and their white allies in protesting against police brutality. And he is so impatient and so angry with the African American community. He's actually even called for ending all kinds of public assistance to the African American community, making the assumption that just because you're black, you're on welfare. That's basically what he's saying. And, thing about it is, statistically speaking, there are more white people on public assistance than there are African Americans. And it was not made for minorities. It was public assistance. Our tattered safety net, if you will, was created basically to help those who have fallen down because of the problems of our free market system, the flawness which exists in our free market system. And there are plenty of flaws within the free market system. Well, he decided to do a conspiracy theory about this biological attack against the U.S., referring to the COVID virus. But he can't have it both ways, because if he's claiming COVID is a hoax and you don't need a mask and you don't need vaccines, then where's the attack? If you don't think that there's any serious pandemic going on, you can't have it both ways, Wild Bill, not one bit. But when you watch that video, just notice what he said. He basically put a positive plug for Gab. If y'all don't know what Gab is is one of the newer social networks that exists. And it's sort of, I would like to call it white supremacist Twitter. It's basically what it is. That's where all the white nationalists and the alt-right and Neanderthal racists go to these days. They go to Gab. Now, they claim it's supposed to be a free speech social network where conservatives can be safe. This is not conservatism. This is white nationalism. And, people like Wild Bill, who wears the cloak of conservatism, is showing what a racist he is. I mean, claiming that Americans have not been racist for 50 years. He said that recently. How ignorant is that? And what do I mean by racism? You go to Gab and you find all kinds of things, all kinds of racist rhetoric, memes, videos against African Americans, against Jews, against the LGBTQ community, against immigrants from Latin America, against Muslims, against so-called libtards, Democrats, and that sort of thing. Now, I hate Gab, but they have a right to exist. And I go so far as to say that people who want to share their insights of the world, which is racist or anti-Semitic or homophobic or Islamophobic or whatever kind of phobia they have, and hatreds and bigotries, they have a First Amendment right to share it. But, someone like myself who's opposed to racism and all the other bigotries that exist in this world, I have a right to say, if you're a racist or anti-Semite or a homophobe or whatever kind of bigotry you may possess, I have a right to say, well, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. So, and that's the thing right there. He's getting very bold about his racism these days. Gab. The Republican Party isn't far enough right for this guy, so he went into the Constitutional Party. The Constitutional Party, if you're not familiar with them, the Constitutionalists, they were previously called the U.S. Taxpayer Party. They are basically the successor to George Wallace's American Independence Party. And I could say that because the California affiliate of the American Independent Party is basically the affiliate now nationally to the Constitution Party. So this is what we're dealing with right here. We're dealing with a man that's coming more and more out of the closet with his racism. And he's getting very comfortable. He was just comfortable years ago just bashing the LGBTQ community, bashing Muslims, bashing Democrats, people like that. But now, you know, this is like a gateway right here. The Constitutional Party, which used to be called U.S. Taxpayers Party, which goes back to George Wallace's American Independent Party in 1968 when he ran as a third-party candidate for president on a segregationist platform. This is like a gateway to the alt-right, white nationalism. He's getting very, very comfortable saying this. This is not slander. This is what I get when I listen to his commentaries. So, anyway, only reason I'm going to leave a link down for Wild Bill for America is so you can go and see the garbage for yourself and laugh and be disconcerted both at the same time. So anyway, there you have it. There you have it. And he cries about censorship. But let me tell you, someone like Wild Bill for America ever had any real power, he would shut down speech. You can bet your beetle boots that he will. Anyhow, if you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you disagree, comment anyway. We'll have a conversation. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it because we're the muckrakers of our time. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and until next time, I am American social democracy, peace, and class struggle. Now.